Our friend Todd Sandell talked about this really beautifully. And do you want to share?
Yeah, he talked about all the research and the science has proven that we do not see ourselves accurately. Right. And by the way, can I just take a little diversion and come back to this?
Yeah.
You know, when we share a lot of the things that we share on this podcast, I like to say it's not rocket science, right? In other words, it's not like this complicated, oh my gosh, do you have the brain power to figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
But it is science. I mean, this is not only decades of what we and our colleagues have been doing, but really the entire last century has been focused around how people work together, how people get more effective. There were philosophers prior to that time, but intentional psychological social research has been done. There is science behind all of this, right? And the reality is we don't see ourselves accurately. So now back to Sandell, we have this idealistic distortion kind of a mechanism that makes us believe we see ourselves more favorably than others do. So we actually have to get critical feedback and then embrace that feedback and say, okay, how do I want to begin to fuel and improve and increase muscle in some of these areas? And so in terms of why do we do this? One of the big whys is our perceptions of ourself are not always accurate, right?
He talks about how we tend to see ourselves more favorably, but I have had a couple of people that I've walked through feedback with.
I know where you're going to go. Folks, pay attention. This is good.
Well, I hope I'm going where
I think you are. I'll let you know if I'm wrong.
Okay. Where what is the most powerful from their 360 is actually the calling out of their strengths.
Yeah.
Is this where you want to go?
Okay, that's where I thought you were going to go.
Right. I mean, just recently I worked with a woman who, again, kind of like what we talked about on the personality episode, things that just come naturally to you, you don't see as your strengths, and to see feedback from people that say, you're so good at this, we appreciate this about you, was really humbling and honoring to her. She's like, I know all my weaknesses, right? And I kind of fall in that camp. And that was honestly some of the feedback I got when I did my 360 is people were saying, you're not open with us. And I thought, are you serious? I'm like the most transparent. Here's all my garbage. And my friends were like, yeah, we know that, but you don't let us in on the good stuff. What are the successes you're having? And I was like, well, I don't want to talk about
I don't like
those.
to talk about my successes.
Right.